Congratulations! We are halfway through the course this week, and spring break is coming up, so we're all going to get a little bit of a rest after this week. This week we are starting a new essay, which means that I have just finished receiving. I know some of you, this is Saturday, so you still have a day to turn in your second essay. So at this point, I have a few essays ahead of these essays. One of my in-person classes just turned in papers, and I'm in the middle of grading those. My guess is I won't be able to start on grading everyone's essays until Monday. So if you turned your essay in early on Thursday, you can start looking for your grade as soon as Monday or Tuesday would be my guess. I'm going to grade all the way through till Friday, and then it's spring break. I am going to try to get some grading done during spring break, but I may not be grading as fast as I would otherwise. My family is going to be taking a little vacation, yay. I hope that everybody gets to do something to relax over the break, although I know for a lot of people spring break just means more work. I'm sorry. Anyway, we will definitely be taking a hiatus for this class. People often want to know if they can work ahead during spring break, if they can do next week's assignments early. I'm actually going to put a little poll up on Moodle and see if that's something that people are interested in, and if so, I will open the assignments for week 10 during spring break, but please don't feel like you have to do them. They'll just be there for people wanting to work ahead, and of course the best way to work ahead is to work on your next essay. So the next essay is one of my favorite of the course. It is the argument essay. Now, a lot of you are probably familiar with that genre, maybe from high school, maybe from an earlier English class. You take a position and you argue the position. But this paper might be a little bit different from some of the others that you've done in the past, some of your other argument papers, because of a few things. The first thing is, I really would like you to pick a topic with which you have some personal experience. The reason for that is that when you argue about something with which you have personal experience or a personal stake, it gives your writing authority. It also invests you more, I think, in the topic and the paper, and makes the paper more interesting. We've all read papers where when we know that, oh, maybe the writer isn't so interested in this, and they're kind of stale. But if you have a personal experience with the topic, you can bring your personal experience into the essay. And as I say, it gives you a lot of authority. The other thing is, for this paper, you do need to have some credible sources from our library databases, and we'll be having activities designed to help you to find those kinds of sources. Caution right off the bat is sometimes I'll see students cite as a source their favorite book of scripture, whatever that happens to be. And while scriptures are great, they can help you live a fuller, deeper, more meaningful life. The problem with citing scripture as authoritative in an academic context is, of course, that in the academy we embrace a wide variety of individuals with varying beliefs. And scripture isn't necessarily going to convince people at an academic level. The example that I like to give my students is, let's imagine that you are eating a hamburger and I come running up to you and say, no, 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 don't do that. And you're a reasonable person, so you say, oh my gosh, Leona, what's going on? Is there an E. coli outbreak? Why should I stop eating my hamburger? And I tell you, well, Hindu teachings tell us that cows are sacred and eating beef is wrong. Unless you're a Hindu, you're probably going to say, oh, thanks, and finish eating your hamburger. Citing scriptural authority in an academic context works sort of in a similar way. So that's one caution. The last piece of advice that I like to give my students when they're deciding on topics for arguing a position essay is to choose a position on which reasonable people disagree. Now, that sounds like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many essays I've seen in the past that try to argue things like, we should punish criminals. Well, does any reasonable person really disagree with that? Maybe, probably not. So, as you're thinking about or for another maybe less intense example, Michael Jordan was a great basketball player. No one's really going to argue that, the evidence is pretty definitive there. So, like I said, when you're thinking about topics, choose something you have personal experience with, something for which you can find credible academic sources, and I will be helping you with that, and something, a topic on which reasonable people disagree. Those three things. Okay, so I am going to be working this week to get the gradebook up to date with the discussion boards and the writing journals that you've turned in so far. And like I said, Monday, Tuesday, the grades will start to be posted along with the comments for your Essay 2. If you have not yet seen or reviewed my comments for Essay 1, or you don't see a grade for you and you know you turned it in, please get in touch with me ASAP, because as far as I know, everything that I had that I was able to open, I graded and posted. And if I wasn't, we're in contact. So please check your emails, check your grades. Let me know what's missing. Like I said, I'm still catching up with discussion boards and writing journals, but especially with Essay 1. Let me know. I think that's everything. I will put that poll question up as to whether or not you want Week 10's activities open to you during spring break, or if you just want not even to have that on the radar and enjoy your break. I will, ask you about that, and have a great Week 9. I can't believe it. I'll look forward to reading your work as always, and email me or call me with any questions.